Hello, good morning everyone. So we're going to explore today about paramiko. So we will see how it's going to work with the Linux system. Then we will move to router switches. So I have I have project for a Python project. This is pycharm. You know well about this, and we ready with the servers. So we have two Linux server. You can see this is the first server. If you see, if config, so having LAN connectivity with the 192.168.56.11. Same way we have LAN connectivity with the 56.12. They are in same LAN, and we are sitting with this device with the same LAN. So let's explore where we are, my local system. So if going to show, this is the local system, and the local system having same LAN connectivity as a gateway 192.168.56.1. okay, so I'm going to able to ping this all gateway. So from gateway to this all device, just test it, it's working or not. So you can see we are able to connect with 56.11 as well as 56.12. okay, so connectivity wise we all are set. What is our objective for the today? So we will do connectivity with the SSH, and manually we will test, and then we will do using the Python. So for Python, what are the prerequisites do you need? Let's move to the pycharm. So I'm going to open one new folder. I'm going to let me create one new folder. So in that Python project, I'm going to open one, not I'm going to add one Python file, and I will give today's date is 23 April test file. Okay, test for paramiko. Okay, so this is the py extension file. This is file is open here. Okay, now move to this folder. So if you see here, this is the terminal where we are. So we have lsl, we can see we have Python for network engineer. We will go inside that Python for network engineer, and our path will be this. So here we are on the same folder. If you see, we have successfully created one file that is called 23rd September test paramiko. What is the first thing I need to do? Let me close the main one. Okay, so first need to call, we have standard library paramiko. We have to call this paramiko module. So for paramiko module, just you do import paramiko. So you can see that your color was earlier while I was typing, the color was different. Right now they gray out because it's showing that in my programming it's not used. When you are going to use this imported library, that going to be changed their color. Okay, this is the, you can sense that. So first thing, whether we have installed with the paramiko or not the module. So you have to check that. How do you check? Just import the paramiko, and you're going to run this paramiko, first testing whether paramiko properly installed in my system or not. So see, I'm going to just import the paramiko and going to run this. This is how simple. If after processing, if it's giving code as 0, means it's fully installed, it's working fine. If it is not installed, then what you have to do, you can see the setting button here, or you can go from here to the setting and you can check your whether you have paramiko or not. If you don't find your paramiko is installed here, what you have to do, you can add here, just click add and search for paramiko. Once you can able to find, just click that and go for installation the package. Okay guys, this part clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure your code going to be as 0. If not, you have to install the paramiko. Once installed, then you will not get any error. You will going to get the exit code 0. Okay, this part clear? Now let's move that. So paramiko, what we going to do? SSH by this module. So let's create one variable called SSH. You can take any name. I'm taking SSH as a name so that I can understand I want to do SSH. Okay, I given the intensely name as a SSH, or give the name SSH client cl. Take any variable. This is the variable. Now once you declare your variable, now you can use your paramiko modules. So modules means we import the function paramiko. We can call using this paramiko function module. So what is the modules? Modules going to help you to do your action. So I want to call SSH client. I want to call SSH client. Okay, so one variable I have declared, that's called the paramiko, and one module followed by this paramiko having lots of module. So what I want to do, my action is a SSH client. So I want to do SSH. So SSHCl is a variable, just very simple. Okay, so what is this variable? This is nothing, is a one object we have created where this functions followed with the module, they're going to work with this. Clear guys till here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now let's connect. So I want to connect the system. For what purpose we do this? We want to connect a system, so we have to give the some input as a connectivity. So for connectivity, what are the things do we need? So we need to whom you want to connect, the IP address. If you have DNS, you can take the host name. Okay, so I will take most simplest form, IP address right now, then we will move the DNS installation and the host name followed by the next. What do you need? The port number, which port you want to connect. So we will test for the 22 port, that's the SCP port. Okay, then followed username. You need username, without that they can't. Then followed the password with respect to username. These are the mandatory work as a input goes from us, right? Do you agree? For SSH to connect any device? Yes, no?
Yeah.
So let's do that. So I'm going to do a print. Just I want to print what is this become, what is the type of the a variable what we have sshcl. Let's see if I want to print whether it's an object or what is, because I'm going to run this. So you can see still the code is 0, there is nothing error, and this is the this SSHCL is nothing paramiko.client.SSHclient. So you can see this is an object for the paramiko. Okay, let's connect. So this is printing, just I want to print what type of this is nothing, this is called object. So I can call the object. Okay, and I will, because this is my object, I can call now object to the modules of paramiko. So there I want to connect the another module is called connect. So connect is nothing, is the paramiko followed module. So here complete object having paramiko module for SSH client. Now I'm going to connect to whom, so those parameters you have to pass. These are the parameters, what is they are highlighting. For SSH client you can go for host name, that's a string. So I will go for the host name. Just click, you will write the host name, they will help you. No need to remember these things. Are you able to see that? Just for connect. Okay, then they are asking. So I have IP, so 192.168.56.11. I will connect this. Okay, and then next I need port number. You can see here port. So I'm going for the port. So no need to remember the port number. So port number is 22. Then I will go for next attribute. So you can see here username, they're going to pop off. So username, sorry, we have to go for username. So username I will give as a user asu, that's followed by your user, and then password. So password we have asu. This is not a good practice, but for the first program I will show you user and password without encrypted, or it's a straightforward. This is not a right practice. We're going to enhance in upcoming classes, in upcoming example ones. So let's first do the basic things first. Okay, so we have this. Anything do we need apart from that? Yes, by default. So SSH client, but we don't, I have not installed anything on the end user. If you remember in Python, sorry, Ansible class, if you remember in Ansible class, let me go to cancel this. In Ansible class we remember the SSH client we have to install on the device. No need, I don't need SSH client, I don't want to do client work. So for that we have to make, that is called we have to check, look for the keys. So SSH client, they will looking for the key. I don't want to look for the key, so that is look for the key, and that will be the false. I'm not looking for any key. Okay, look for the key is the false, you can see here. So we are not looking, and allow, next is allow agent. So this is not, we are not doing SSH agent installation, sorry. This you just follow the same spelling, and this also going to be false, this also going to be false, because these are the false. So these are the constant, because we are not doing any you can see SSH public and private key installation. Okay, it's not a key wise, it's a user and password, simply we will throw. we will not go for. By default this is going to be true, this is going to be enable. So this supposed to be disable for this kind of stuff, like you don't want to install anything on end user or end device or intermediate device, okay, and you want to do the SSH of that device. Clear guys? Understand this line?
Yeah.
Okay, let's run this. So I click and let's see, there's an error. So most of people from here they give up. Oh, it's not working. Sagar, concentrate here. Okay, so try to understand what is the error. If you understand here, you will able to connect to any vendor. Okay, so here they are giving, okay, they have SSH connect with these inputs you can see here, and they have connectivity. The policy missing host key, there is a host key policy which is missing, which is not having with that, and not found the known host. If you, I'm going to connect with this, go to terminal, let's try to connect this device from terminal, whether I'm able to connect or not. So if I will do SSH simply to this device, so this is asu at the rate 192.168.56.11. let's do SSH. Can you see we have fingerprint? They are just asking for the fingerprint. I will go for yes, and we are able to connect. Yes, no, can you see?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, we are able to connect. There is no problem, but they are giving the error. What is that? Means there is no connectivity problem. There is a problem with the code having some exceptional. I have to add, means the missing key we have to resolve. Okay, so let's resolve. For that, what we have to do, let's give the variable do this. This is sshcli. Just I'm giving another variable. I declare into this variable is nothing, and I'm going to declare sshcl, and I'm going to call the module set missing host key policy. I want to resolve this. So in order to, we have to set, by default it's not set, that's why it's missing. So can you see there is a module called set missing host policy. No need to remember, if you are getting error you go for setting of this. Now you call your paramiko and load the whatever the policy is missing, just you find and auto add those policy. We are not worried about that, what are the missing, and that's not our part of job. Okay, so paramiko module, they will find out what is the missing and they will auto add those policy, because my code I have tested is working fine. There is no problem with SSH. So they're going to take from missing stuff from the my system and they will do that. You understand this line? Comfortable with this line? Yes.
Yeah.
So let's run this. What? So you can see there is no error. Yes, no.
Yep.
Okay,
Makes sense.
makes sense. Now next level of troubleshooting, I'm not teaching you how to do the coding, I'm teaching you how to do troubleshooting. If you remember the steps of troubleshooting, you going to connect any vendor. Okay, now Astos, I want to see where it's connected. If I will change this from 56 to the host is not 100, we know that 56.100 is not in that, because we have only 3 systems. .11, 56.11, 56.12 and some system, but .100 is not there. Whether this give error or any issue, let's see. So I'm going to run, and this is giving you error. The protocol not available means they are failed to connect this address. Okay, there is no address for this, but for 11 they are giving you there is a, so means there is a SSH client connectivity is working. How do I check my transport layer connectivity is working or not? This is the next level of code, is very important, guys, so try to understand. How do I check my transport layer is working or not? So for that, so we have sshcli, because this variable, this entire thing, it's a went into the this part I stored. Okay, then I can check my connectivity as a transport, whether working or not. Or wait, I will check the transport. So can you see there is a get transport layer. I want to check the my transport is working or not, and follow the another is it active. We going to check is it active or not. So this is called active, and this going to give as a output whether this is active or not. Okay, so if it's active, so I want to get the print this result, just whether my session is active or not, my transport layer. Let's see. So I want to print this result, so by which we are able to check. You can see the result, it is true, means the transport is active. After running this means we are good to connect .11. Let's do for .12, and we are testing, we are good. Yes, for this is good, but I will give for 13. You know, for 13 there is no system which is having 13 having connectivity of SSH. So if I will go, they did not given anything. They are giving you unable to connect to port on 56.13. So this is the way we can troubleshoot our transport is established or not. Clear, guys, till here?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to stop the session here, and later we will see in next class how we going to explore these things by automation. Okay, bye bye, see you in next class.